2012 me is anxious to get these meditations started, but let's back up a bit. Humanity is deep in the chrysalis right now, a wild mixture of good and bad and light and dark, like we have never seen before. Together we can shift negative thought forms to the positive. But before we do all that, I'd like you to understand a little bit about the cosmic forces that were really behind these meditations. My epic 2012 meditation journey to Antarctica begins in 1956. I'm almost 4 years old, and I'm giggling to be on a family outing with my favorite Aunt Katie. I happily follow my cousins into the deep waters, tiptoeing on the sandy bottom. I'm having the time of my young life until I hit a sudden drop-off. I sink, choking on water. Stars and tiny fantastic beings of light dance before my eyes. Next thing I remember, I'm coughing up water on a beach. A proud lifeguard flashes a thumbs up to my cousins who jump for joy. Aunt Katie smothers me in kisses until I point out an apparition at her side and shout, "Look, a blue angel!" Silence. Thus begins a coordinated family pressure that will shut down my third eye for the next 50 years. Pardon if I caused you any distress with my angelic appearance, Ken. Showing me your true 7-foot-tall bug-man form might have just got me sent to the loony bin. What drew you to me? Your cry for help reached me from the other side of the world. I was visiting with a galactic coalition investigating Operation Red Wing. Operation Red what? A classified series of 17 U.S. nuclear bomb tests. All the cancer in 2016, I bet there's a connection. Sadly, yes. Sorry, I'm being rude. Ladies and gentlemen, higher consciousness moviegoers of all ages, I'm happy to introduce my ET spirit guide, Ohom, spelled O-H-O-M. Hello, humanity. I'm a thought traveler from the world Nectar, located in another dimension. Ohom's reality is quite different than ours. Sort of like the state between consciousness and dream. Might I add, dear viewer, neither Ken nor I will be offended if you choose to believe I'm simply a byproduct of Ken's love of science fiction and his fertile imagination. Heck, I only believe in Ohom half the time. That's okay, Ken, because I only believe you're real half of the time, too. In 1969, at Nicolay High School, Ken helped a bust-in young black student pick up books white bullies had knocked from her hands. Little did I realize that young black girl would grow up to become one of the most powerful women on Earth.
This calls for a drum roll. Cue the drum roll. All right, open your boxes. Open your boxes. 1, 2, 3. You get a car! 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 You get a car!
In 1990, Oprah selected you out of the pack of Chicago developers to build her beloved Harpo Studios. Ever wonder how that happened, Ken? Well, I was building a $162 million skyscraper of my own. I guess I just assumed she wanted Chicago's best. Ego told you that, Ken. You two share quantum entanglement. Well, one thing's for sure. Oprah was a big inspiration in my giving up real estate and becoming a filmmaker. The 24 meditations Ken and I co-created in 2012 will not seem to be working at first on your troubled world. Take heart. They were done in a pristine place, free of all Wi-Fi, cellular, and electrical interference, at a key moment in history. All 24 meditations share a common purpose of giving humanity a butterfly wings nudge in the right direction.
To get off the zodiacs, sometimes it's a little tricky.
By the way, the boots here, that's your final ticket onto Antarctica. It's such a pristine place that they don't want you taking microorganisms onto the continent of ice. There were several times on this trip I thought, what the heck am I doing going down here meditating about saving the world? But there's a great Oscar Wilde quote, life is too important to be taken seriously. In meditations about saving the world are a serious thing, but must not be taken seriously. So there's a lot of humor in here. I hope you enjoy it, especially a lot in meditation number 1 where everything seemed to go wrong. This is an epic moment here between penguin and human. Penguin says, I'm going to walk around you. Okay, let's concentrate. And meditation is really simply breathing. It's breathing all the way deep into your lungs and filling them and then letting it all out. Breathing in. For a bit and letting it out. It's good to hold it until you really can't hold it anymore. That oxygenates your blood and it stimulates your brain. And so you're relaxed and you're stimulated at the same time. So I'm picturing the world in my hand. And this is how meditation actually began for me. I had this vision of the earth in my hands. So we're going to be meditating about the penguins today and just sort of enjoying life with less. So we're going to go from a feeling of scarcity, there's not enough for us, to realizing that we all live in abundance. Scarcity to abundance. That's 2 out of 24 I gotta do. Hey, this is Ken Sheetz, and I'm here for the coolest meditation ever. And it really is cool, I gotta tell you, but not cold. The weather is like one of the smoothest drink passages, if not the smoothest, that the crew has ever seen on the Soya, named after the city that we departed from. And here we are, it's probably about 30 degrees in Antarctica. So we're having really warm weather. Don't be afraid, it's not global warming. This is summertime in Antarctica. And temperatures can get up to 35, 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, I'm sorry, I'm an American, so I can't do that for you in Celsius. So, anyway, yeah, sometimes I am sorry I'm an American because we're really sort of an obnoxious people sometimes. Hey, so I'm here with 2 beautiful guests from Japan?
From Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. Oh, very good. Let's start that over again. That was stupid. We only speak English. Everybody here on this trip can speak at least 3 languages, and I'm just like making little signs and writing things out, and somehow I'm still able to communicate even though I can't speak their Spanish down here, or the Chinese, or the Italian, or the different languages that we're coming across. It's just amazing. We're going to do a meditation here about cooperation because we are in an area of the world where we have the Antarctic Treaty where there is cooperation. It's a perfect place for us to do our meditation about cooperation. So we're going to use the energy of this Mayan prediction of pole shift that's been going on for so long, slower pole shift, and using all that energy instead to help humanity make its transition to the next level. And we're ready for it. There's nothing that you're going to do to stop evolution, except you can exterminate a species, and we are on a path of self-extermination. So we need to align ourselves, and let's picture that happening. So Earth core energy aligning with space energy. Picture a nice big Earth here. Plenty for everybody.
Once we've done with the picture, you are free to roam around for sure. Careful with the edge. Don't get close to the edge. And when we go up the glacier, follow our tracks. Okay? No roaming around. There are crevasses and the edge might be loose. So stay where we are. Clear enough? Fair enough? If I lose one of you, I'm not paying. Okay, say Antarctica.
Ready? There you go. I'm so deeply moved. I am almost in tears every time I try to express my gratitude. We did it. We did it. The first meditation ever that was supported by crowdfunding. Why did we do it? Because it's important that we're here. We are here to say to Mother Earth, and we've done that meditation already, please give us time. We accept a pole shift, but let it be gentle. Let it happen over enough time for us to work with its energy and shift our planet to flex with it. We can't have a pole shift in 3 days the way the Mayans predicted. So we've asked, and we've been granted, more time. Pole shift might take 50 years now, or even longer. Something in this 50-year cycle is going to change dramatically in human consciousness. There are no magic wands that come down, and many people are going to say, he's just having some fun imagining things. And what is wrong with that? But maybe I'm not. And there's a lot right with that. So we've got all kinds of activity going on here with penguins that are right here. I don't know if they're being caught in my shot. I don't have a cameraman. We raised enough to get me here without a cameraman, so this is not a trip about a big ego with me being some kind of a superstar. I'm just a dude who came down here to Antarctica on a boat of 80 people, and there's other boats here. It's not as unusual to come to Antarctica as people think. Summertime, and I literally could be out here and be very comfortable without a hat on, without the gloves on. So let's do that for a second. I'm pulling out my laundry list here, literally the list written on a laundry list of human consciousness shifts that we want to see. And what we're going to do next is neglect. Neglect is at the heart of so much trouble that we see in the world. And we're going to shift from neglect to care. We want to see humanity care more for its world, care more for each other. And so we're going to shift. We're going to shift from neglect. I gotta show some respect and get out of here fast, because this is actually probably their pathway here. They have these little trails that they walk along, and I'm blocking the trail. So let's get this up. Let's get this done with. So picturing the energy coming down from the stars, from the sun, into my head, into your head, or if you're joining me in meditation, picture the earth core energy coming up, and now we have this ball of energy, which I always picture as the earth itself. And I think that's why I ended up doing these planetary meditations. So here we are. We've got the earth. It's this fantastic ball of life. There's so much life here. So many billions and trillions of creatures. Organic, microbiotic. They go into the universe, and they've gone so far as technology will take them, and they keep going in further and further and further. Hello, little penguin. Just decided to walk past me. Nice. Just walking right. Oh gosh. This is when I wish I had a camera crew. He's literally within 3 feet of you. So he's joined the meditation, and he's looking at me like, who is this? What is this? There's the other one up here behind me. I'm sure you can see it. They're couples. So this one up here is going to have to join its mate here in a second. So, you know what? We're just going to get out of the way for the penguins. I can't rush this meditation. It's too important. But let's get out of the way. Let's respect. Maybe that is the meditation. Let's respect nature. So I don't know if that's the male there, and that's the female, or vice versa. There we go. We have made room for nature, which was exactly the meditation. So let's do our meditation about sharing and patience. Let's do one about, let's go from the whole, everything has to be so fast, you know, and furious, and let's slow life down a little bit. Let's stop and smell the penguins.
And yes, the secret UFO submarine base. Oh yeah!
I'm literally feeling right now the shift of the planet. And it's very fast at this moment. It's this beginning of, see, we were supposed to get here exactly when we're here, 12, 12, 12. So, using this new anchor of the sun with the earth core, I want to pull that earth energy that shift down. Need a gentle pole shift. We need that time to still grow and learn that we don't have to fear what the universe provides for us. Abundant light, so much energy that it's just here, and we don't need to suck up the resources of dead dinosaurs. So greedily, so much in harm with nature. Oh, okay. And so it is. Not allowed to take anything with you from Antarctica. Everything must remain. But we can take pictures with us. As much weight as we want to put on it. I've seen the little penguins fall down like that. They get right back up again. So, we can't take it with us, but we can. Ken Sheetz, and it's a meditation about having your cake and eating it too. One of the things that we're going to be able to do in the shift. It takes 36 hours to cross the Drake Passage, and this was one of the smoothest in Antarctica history. And I got a lot of credit for that. It was really sweet. And the crews invited me back anytime to cross the Drake Passage, which is one of the most dangerous and rough seas in the world. But just look at this. Kind of a sign, I think. So we're the coolest meditation ever, so we're going to put on our shades and be cool. Very Pulp Fiction-y here for our meditation. Our mission is to make meditation cool so that more of the world enjoys it. In Argentina, the last departure point before coming down here, I met many people who do meditation. Almost more people doing meditation than don't. And we need to do more of that in America. So this next meditation is going to be about meditation. I know it sounds kind of weird, but that's what I'm getting. So let's picture people going from not being conscious to getting in touch with their spirit, with their self through meditation. So we're picturing the energy coming down from the stars, rising above, and then it's just a matter of breathing. Meditation is so simple, and we have all this mysticism built around it, but it's really very simple. It's about breathing. About just closing your eyes and relaxing. So let's just relax. Breathe deep. Let the sound of the birds and the waves shift in the distance. And me, in this case, reach you wherever you are. You're there in your home. You've got a busy, busy day. My God, you've got to get the kids to school. You've got to get to work. And what was that bank statement? Oh my God, there's an overdraft here, and the credit card company is calling, and I just don't have time to meditate. It only takes a minute. You have a minute. Stop and detach yourself from all this illusion. This is the reality. A beautiful, peaceful world that we are here to care for. So I'm seeing people going from stuck in the matrix to meditating. See this ball of humanity, and it's all shouting and yelling and let's just all take a breath. That's 8 of the 24 time zone meditations. I got to keep cracking here and see if we don't run out of battery power. Peace. And isn't that ironic when you think about it? I mean, I'm rushing. Look how warm it is here. I'm sitting here without a hat on in Antarctica. Running low on battery power here, so this is going to be the 9th of the meditations. So we made it through a third of them before we ran out of juice here. We'll charge up and shoot some more this afternoon, some more tonight. Let's make it about energy. Let's see us inventing an energy source that is not based on oil. That'll solve so many problems. So let's picture literally this energy that's all around us. It's everywhere. It's this beautiful, sparkling, energetic that holds everything together, all matter, all energy. It's all one, and we're all one. And let's realize that, and let's really just get over this oil thing. Just a bunch of rich guys that are slowing us down. And, you've had your fun, and you've had your time, and now it's time for the people to have an abundant, free source of energy where we can just be. And that's one of the reasons I'm running low on batteries is the angels have a way of moving me out of doing this internet work here and getting into just being in this space. So let's picture the star energy coming down into us, the sun, the earth core energy. You are the apex of all that. And then this beautiful, sparkling energy that's all around us. And let's see that all converging into this energy that's called a torus. It's just an infinite loop of energy that is here for us all to use. So that's 9 of the 24 time zone meditations, and I would dedicate that one to China, because I think that's where this solution is coming from. It's not someone that's tied to the old systems like we are in America of oil dependence. So it's some new scientist who's working on it, and we send you our blessings and we send you our love and support. This is Ken Sheetz for Dream Shield, on the wings of Buzz Bros and on the wings of you amazing backers who sent me out here. Next time a camera crew would be nice. If we decide there is no more war, there is no more war, because war is fought by human beings. And we have to stop war before it gets to the point where war is fought by robots. That leads to the future that we've seen movies of. We don't want that. There's another future I've seen where the machines are evolving from a peaceful society. And these become the machines that take care of us. Completely different, alternate future than this destructive, robotic Armageddon path that we're on. We're walking off that path. Let's picture a man and a woman walking off that path together. There's a valley, a gentle beautiful valley where everybody's happy and says hello to one another every day. I was talking to one of the crew members today who's from Australia. Actually not a crew member, a fellow person on the trip here. Michael from Australia, and he's a humanitarian engineer. So here's a humanitarian meditation guy meeting a humanitarian engineer. There are no accidents. We're literally here in Antarctica to dream of a better tomorrow. Most people have imaginary friends at the age of 6, but I have one at the age of 60. His name is Ohom. He's 7 foot tall, blue, and extraterrestrial. And I blame him for all this. If you've ever seen a beautiful meditation Japanese garden, it usually contains pebbles. And we are here in Antarctica and blessed by an amazing beach here that's nothing but pebbles. Pebbles and penguins. So I'm gonna get out of the camera shot for this meditation here. I get bored of looking at myself when I'm editing. And let's call in my friend Ohom, who is always shy about being on camera. He is from the Orion star system, and we're gonna turn this meditation over to Ohom. Ohom, I recently found out on this trip, in fact, that your last name is Nectar, and that you're from a star system where it was insect life that developed into the intelligent species of your world. And I look at my social media company called Buzz Bros, and I want to say, you are the coolest Buzz Bro ever, so turning it over to Ohom. Thank you, Ken. It's good to be here, and I hope that you saw that you were always going to make it. There was a lot of doubts and a lot of confusion in your mind, and you were your own obstacle till you realized that, and straightened a few people out that were picking up on your energy of confusion, and telling them that you were straight about this and that you were ready to make it to Antarctica. As soon as you did that, within 24 hours, you raised the necessary funds and you were here. So, my meditation on behalf of your beautiful species, species we find fascinating because you evolved from mammal, and you have such a greater diversity of species and within your own species. We're very impressed with you, and you have much to offer to the universe, but you also have much to learn. What I would want for you, with all my heart, is that you would find a spirit of cooperation, like our species, to be more in harmony with each other, to be less of the every man for himself culture that has permeated your world and caused you so much confusion and trouble. You are part of nature, separate but part. And I would ask, on humanity's behalf, for you to more realize that. And then one day, our ships will come, and you will be ready to take your place in galactic society. Ohom.
have frozen decks. They are very slippery, and when they are wet, also very slippery. So be very careful while you go around the ship.
This is Ken Sheetz on the deck of the Usaya, and we are cruising through Antarctic waters here. We're so much ice that we can't make land again for a while now. Cut, a loving cut. This is Ken Sheetz in 2015, editing the Antarctica movie. And I'm just feeling meditation 13 of 24 War to Peace, just 3 days after the Paris attacks. Just needs to be redone. Time's an illusion, and there's nothing to say we can't go in and reshoot a meditation that's just not working. Let's picture the red rocks here that the Hopi found so sacred. And that written and inscribed on them, we see the answers of War to Peace. So many things, so many answers carved in these rocks. So we're doing a meditation here in the waters of Antarctica. It's a meditation about grace. That'll be Grace Garneau, who's at our 11/11 event with their beautiful crystalline grid. Antarctica has become our crystalline grid. It's funny, I had this sweet little vision of, it wasn't a vision, it was my planning, of doing a little map in the snow of Antarctica and then meditating in 24 time zones. Well, guess what? All of Antarctica is the big 24 time zone. Let's do a meditation about humanity getting new abilities. Breathe deeply. Imagine that beautiful Antarctic air. It's more pure than anything I've ever experienced. Beautiful. We're out on the water. One that joins this entire planet in the Antarctic. South Pole magnetics coming in, filling this ship. Fantastic energy, light, frequency. We're filling the world through the oceans with beautiful new upgrades. Picture this happening inside of your body at a DNA level. The change within. Fires of humanity burning off all the impurities. What new abilities await us in the ship? Some people put me up on a pedestal for this work, but I came here to Earth to be human, and so did you. And even after we ascend, we're still going to be human. We're just leaving behind some reptilian brain stuff that we don't really need so much anymore. I'm getting a nice little bit of shade here. There's only one single flagpole on the ship, and it's giving me this beautiful shade. But letting me come into the light now, as humanity's coming into the light, let us all join our energies, bring all our friends up with us, even the Illuminati, all moving to the light. Corporations moving to the light. Aho!
I started the shot with my backpack. It's the backpack I commonly use in LA. It's far, far from home, but it's interesting how the simple backpack, which is a part of my energy back in Los Angeles, feels like home, and I think that's why we tend to collect so much stuff. But one of the things that's going to be happening in the shift is that we're going to realize we are the stuff of this world and we own everything. We own every piece of Antarctica. Expedition master here.
It's a picture, not filming.
It's filming, yeah. That's sneaky, huh? Anyway, this guy needs his own comedy show back in Hollywood. I'm going to probably see if I can get him a gig.
Please, no. You don't need to. It's enough with a few passengers on board. That's my preferred audience.
Oh my goodness.
Wait. Good morning, everyone. Great morning. Welcome to the Antarctic continent. We're going to step on the peninsula.
Sedona. It's an amazing place with powerful vortexes and magnetics that made it the perfect place for me to tune up before going to Antarctica. This next one, Meditation 18, shows how the magnetics of Antarctica amped me up more and more as the day progressed. Picture the busy traffic. Behind me, cars. People honking. The noise and the confusion. And now let's just see all that fall into the ocean and be absorbed. Listen to the birds, the waves, the ship out in the harbor. Sure beats the honking cars, doesn't it?
Welcome to meditation number 20. Welcome to meditation number 20. Number 20 is the Pacific Time Zone, and it's dedicated to a very cool man. A man who sent me to Italy in his place back in 2010. A man named Bradley Quick. Bradley, this meditation is in your honor. Bradley died 3 weeks after I left for Antarctica, right in the middle of this project. I had already left Malibu, finished my work there, realizing I was putting aside my own mission to do this meditation that I'm doing today for you guys right now. These 24. I was very comfortable in Malibu, and sometimes it's easy to put the spirit work aside because it's on another plane of reality. But this is awfully real, don't you think? Bradley ran the Cool Change Foundation, which was dedicated to, and I hope still keeps going through family or friends or maybe me, to help people overcome addiction. And I had a father who had severe drinking problems, and I just loved Bradley's work. He was an AA man all the way, and I tended to feel all the meetings have got to be kind of crazy, not healthy, too much meeting stuff going on. And we had some disagreements on that, but most times we agreed on everything. And he was the best backer that Dream Shield ever had. He put us on his radio show and send us money when we needed it, when we're stuck on the road somewhere in some country in the middle of nowhere. And I'm going to have to get back to the United States without him. But I will, because you have proven by getting me here, which was more expensive than any mission that Bradley and I did together, that you want the cool change that Bradley was all about. So take a deep breath. Let's look down into this cool iceberg we're passing here. It's time for a cool change. It's time for freedom from addiction that Mr. Quick wanted so badly. And I want so badly too for you and the rest of the world. And I would say, in some respects, my addiction has been work, without question. And I'm looking forward to finishing these meditations. This is the 20th, and there's only 4 left to go now. And there's still a lot of day left here, and I plan to enjoy it.
These shots are so magnificent, I almost hate to get in them. But how would you know I'm really here if I'm not just using green screens?
It was early in the 17th century. Francis Bacon remarked on 3 recent inventions already transforming the world: the compass, gunpowder, and the printing press. Now the links between the nations, first forged by the compass, have made us all citizens of the world, the hopes and threats of one becoming the hopes and threats of us all.
And since faith itself cannot be proved by extraneous evidence, the safest course is to believe in the moral government of the world, and therefore in the supremacy of the moral law, the law of truth and love.
Is this a new Marilyn or style? No, I'm the same person, but it's a different suit.
That the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
They're looking for the good stuff. That's all your house is? It's a place to keep your stuff while you go out and get more stuff.
I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together.
Well, originally I was pointed out that fact in reference to England, that we meant more to kids than Jesus did. or religion at that time. I wasn't knocking it or putting it down, I was just saying it.
Now, time is come. We really need more effort regarding promotion of warm-heartedness, affection, compassion. Here, female should take more active role.
The cosmos is full beyond measure of elegant truths, of exquisite interrelationships, of the awesome machinery of nature.
It's 3 years since I've gotten back from Antarctica, and the thing I miss the most about it is the penguins. The peace, the harmony, the care they have for each other. You see them in zoos and movies and things. It's just not the same thing as being there and having one walk right up to you and look at you like, get off my trail. Yeah, there's a lot we can learn from penguins. It's time for the most powerful meditation of the 24. Your meditation. I'm leaving this space for you to set your own intentions for shifts you'd like to see in human consciousness. Or if you just want to relax, I leave you to it.
It's on 911. What's the address?
It's 10 Dickinson Drive in Sandy Hook, Newtown, Connecticut.
Okay, what's going on at 10 Dickinson Drive?
It sounds like there are gunshots in the hallway. I'm a teacher in the school.
The depressing news of the Sandy Hook killings reached us all the way down in Antarctica. In my meditations down in my little cabin that was deep in the bowels of the ship, as I could hear the ice scraping on the hull, I saw Winky and Margaret lead all the penguins of Antarctica to the shores, and they ring the entire continent. All the penguins of now, all the penguins of the past, all the penguins of the future. All in one giant ring of light, sending us their love, sending us their example of a cooperative species. Let's shift neglect to care. What happened? Did Zodiac get stuck? Everybody is concerned and watching here. Michael, when we started our breakfast this morning, did you think we'd be in the middle of a rescue mission? No.
And the funniest thing, I was with that original group, but when we got on the land, I got lost from them, so I was like, oh, thank you, guys.
Well, there they are. Certainly getting closer. Trying to build a channel to them, I guess, is what the whole idea here is.
I got a message over the radio saying that the ice was moving quickly and we had to move out of the area. And so we did move out of the that, I started moving it again. And unfortunately, we were following all the other zodiacs, making a way path back to the ship.
Yeah, it looked like an amusement ride. You're in this beautiful little maze of ice.
Yeah, but
all of a sudden
the maze was moving. Yes,
yeah.
and so we got a big chunk of ice stuck under our motor, and that caused our engine to stall, which wouldn't have been a problem because once we got the ice chunk free and we tried to start the motor again,
the key broke off.
The engine to our boat was stuck. So very quickly, another Zodiac came up next to us, and we tried to grab on. We were latched to each other.
I've seen them do that, where they drive in parallel like that with each other, yeah.
And so the other Zodiac was going to try to pull us free, but we were going through a narrow channel, and we got stuck again.
And I could see the ship getting smaller and smaller and smaller in the distance.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit nerve-wracking.
Well, I saw you, and you were not really straight. It was all kind of
When they
crazy.
threw the rope down and tied it to the front of the boat, we thought it might just pick us up and just sort of dump us over.
After that, we were able to navigate through the small channel that the ship was making as it pulled away.
Yeah. And that channel was closing too.
And that channel was closing very quickly.
Right behind you, I was watching. I'm like, go faster. I'm like, come on.
I know.
Faster.
I was worried that
I know we were gonna get stuck again, and we did.
And you did.
Yeah, and we did get stuck. So eventually we were 20 meters from freedom into the open sea. But we got stuck on another chunk of ice, and the engine stalled. And this time we couldn't get it to start again.
Oh my gosh.
So the boat had to come back one
And
more
there was
time.
more and more ice coming in, so you could have
It
been
was
just as
so
wedged as you were
fast.
originally. Yeah.
Because people tell you, oh, the ice moves very, very fast, but until you've seen it, you don't
I couldn't
like
believe it's
understand the
like-
magnitude of it.
I, Jesse, take you. I, Jesse, take you. Erin to be my wife. Erin to be my wife.
I didn't catch the bouquet at the onboard wedding reception, but the young couple who came dangerously close to losing their lives on the Zodiac trapped in ice inspired me to give love a chance again. Half kidding, I asked Ohom, "Got any dating advice for me, buddy?" He answered in his usual precise fashion. Elizabeth England is the perfect mate for you. I had met Elizabeth in 2010, but it would be at a 2011 meditation event I was hosting where she would really stand out in the crowd to me with this amazing silver jacket on. She looked like a little alien, of course. You know, that would be attractive to me. After the long trip home with a filming stop in between in Chichen Itza, I called Elizabeth almost as soon as I was back in LA.
I could tell from his call something big was up. We arranged to meet over drinks at Sportsman's Lodge where Ken was staying.
As soon as we toasted the success of my trip to Antarctica, I blurted out, "My ET spirit guide at home told me you'd be the perfect mate for me."
I told Ken, "Wow, I'm flattered. Boy, oh, that's a big one, but it's just not the right time for me right now."
I wisecracked, "Does this mean you don't want to go to my hotel room?"
I said, "I'm tempted, but that's not my style, Ken."
We hugged goodnight and promised to keep in touch.
And actually, we did.
Even after I moved to Sedona to film scientist Patrick Flanagan and his wife Stephanie,
Then Ken sweetly invited me to Sedona 5 or 6 times over the next few years.
Rejection after rejection made me wonder why Ohom thought Elizabeth was the perfect mate. I told Ken, good things take time to manifest.
I saw Ken on Facebook was visiting his friend Ed Asner in LA for his 86th birthday. So I surprised him with a breakfast invite.
After 3 years, I pretty much lost hope and thought, this is just going to be a business meeting.
I was hoping that Ken would invite me to Sedona again, but after all the times I said no, I wondered.
It was only Ohom's voice buzzing in my head over oatmeal that Elizabeth was the perfect mate for me that gave me the courage to go ahead and ask her one more time.
I happily accepted Ken's invitation to a Sedona Thanksgiving party.
On the first night, I took Elizabeth to a special desert spot that mixes the ET and Hopi energies.
I spotted a trailhead and I felt so drawn deep into the desert.
I never knew there was a trail there. Elizabeth seemed to find it, and we just walked a long time.
We recalled past lives as Hopi healers named Laughing Skies and Red Deer.
We even remembered a child that we'd had together in our past Hopi life.
Sweetwater.
The amount of things we had in common were amazing, and one of the amazing skills that Elizabeth has is a story editor, and she has some great notes for me.
Despite great success in life, Ken is a modest man. His first take on the film was really great, but he just dove into 24 meditations without giving us anything about himself.
Or how a certain ET guided me to Antarctica and worked with me on all 24 meditations. Sorry, Ohom. Who could blame you when your family and friends shunned you back in 2010 at your awakening? I know they'll be back in my life someday.
If not this life, then the next.
Ohom? Yes, Ken? You ever think of opening an ET dating service? I just might do that once Earth is in better shape. I love uniting souls that belong together, but I share the story of Ken and Elizabeth's soul reunion as a prime example that good things do take time. Be patient no matter how bleak the turmoil on your blue planet. And when you despair, maybe do the 24 meditations that are imbued with the energies of my world's love for Earth in our home away from home, Antarctica.